Hi everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to Tailor-Made Cards for You. Well, it's the beginning of October, so that means that we have another card in my series of my 12 months of Graphic 45. One of the papers is from the Children's Hour collection, and this is the piece that has the month on it, so we can have as a focal point. And then the second piece is from An Eerie Tale, and I'm going to be using these pumpkins that are on the corners to add to the design. Now the stencils that I'm using are from Spellbinders, and I believe that they are some older ones because I couldn't find them when I went to link up my products, but any stencil that has a frame would work just fine. What was nice about this frame is not only did it give me the outer frame, but it also gave me a piece for the inner part, so that way I could mix and match, and I was actually able to create two cards out of this design. Now I wanted my outer frame to pop up a little bit, so I did add some foam tape to the edge of that, and that worked really nice because I was able to add some little embellishments underneath the frame. Now one thing that I would recommend when you are adding foam adhesive to a frame is you don't want to be too sparingly with it. You want to make sure that you have foam tape all the way around, and this is because part of your frame is going to sag if you don't have enough foam tape. You could easily use dots, but I find using these strips enables me to cut it down to exactly the same size that I need for the frame, and that way I can make sure I have good coverage all the way around. Now I had already adhered my purple insert, so then all I needed to do was to edge my frame onto some peach cardstock. So once I had my base created, I went ahead and used another die cut to cut out the month of October. And again, I added some foam tape to just give it a little bit of lift. All right, so now that I've got my sentiment, I'm going to go ahead and finish creating my scene. Now, what I've said on every single one of my videos that I have created using Graphic 45, what I love about it is you can never make an ugly card. And I also love the fact that so many of their sets, their paper sets, match. So I was easily able to incorporate these pumpkins into another paper set. So using my mini Tonic scissors, I went ahead and fussy cut the pumpkins so that way I could adhere them to my design. Now once I was finished fussy cutting my pumpkin, I went ahead and put it aside, and then I added this vine to the card. Now I'm not really sure where I got this vine. It was just in my craft supplies. As you may know, I've mentioned that I am in the process of moving, so a lot of my supplies are packed up away, and I was fortunate to find this little piece lying around. So I thought it worked perfectly for my pumpkin, and I went ahead and used some glossy accents to adhere it to my card. So once my vine was in place, I decided to go ahead and start to add my embellishments. I struggled with a ribbon to use. I initially thought I was going to use this orange one that you see in the frame, but I decided it was too big, and in the end I ended up going with some baker's twine. I decided to add 3 orange paper flowers using my glue gun. These really made a nice focal point, and I thought they worked well with the orange pumpkins. Now if you've ever worked with these paper flowers before, you know that they do have some metal stems. And what I'm doing is taking my paper piecing tool and I'm twirling the metal stems around it so they look like little vines. These work really great because you can bend them to what you need, and you can have the little metal vines sticking out on the sides. Now typically when I'm attaching my paper flowers, I am using my glue gun because these embellishments tend to have a lot of lift. I want to make sure that they are nice and secure. I attached my pumpkins using some more foam tape, and then again I went in with my glue gun to add my orange paper flowers. So once my paper flower is in place, the last thing I needed to do was to add my baker's twine. I ended up going with some green and white twine, and it worked great because I was able to get it right underneath my embellishments. And at this point all I needed to do was add it to my white card base. So I hope that you've enjoyed my process for my 10th card and my 12 months of Graphic 45. We've only got a couple more months left to finish the series, and hopefully you've enjoyed my process in creating these beautiful cards. All right, everyone. As always, I will leave a list of all the products I've used in the links below. And be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.